everybody, I'm Sinead Kennedy, health and wellness coach. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're looking at all things calves. Now, I work with an awful lot of runners, cyclists, triathletes, and I'm sure you might have heard by now, but I have busted my own Achilles tendon quite recently, so I'm in my own rehab at the moment. So the trouble is that my Achilles is really struggling here. Your Achilles has to be strong but pliable and elasticity as well, and this is a real problem for a lot of people. Given age brackets as well, from 40 to 50 years, particularly in men, this is when you're in a high category for snapping, okay? So it does happen men more often than women, but it does happen us girlies too. Okay, so a general calf stretch that you might know, this is my dressing gown belt, okay, is where you would have a straight leg and you would just gently kick through the heels, and that usually gets a really good stretch up the back of the calves. However, we have a big calf muscle on the outside, one that we can see and feel quite generously. However, it's the one underneath that usually is the problem, particularly in runners. Especially in cyclists as well, guys, we don't have a huge ankle mobility when we're cycling. You know, we tend to be a little bit more flat-footed, so the Achilles doesn't get much stretch. It's really only when you get up out of the saddle and the heel drops down. So this one you might know, but I want to show you how to get to the one underneath it. Grab a cushion or a bolster or roll up a towel or a yoga mat. Now I'm just going to do the two at the same time because I can't be bothered to waste time. Okay. When we do two things at once, it means we have more time to get outside, get on our bikes. So just gently kick through the heel and press it here. Now what I've done is I've slackened the outer muscle and the muscle underneath it, Soleus. So gastrocnemius is the outside, Soleus is the one underneath it. And now I'm getting a totally different stretch in my calves. As you know, I have injured my left leg, so I really want to pay a little bit more attention to it because it's not really getting much of a stretch there. So this is a passive stretch. Now passive stretch means is that I'm going to put a little bit of pull on it and I'm going to try and get the heel to push down. Okay, so I'm passively helping that muscle to stretch. And you know what, that feels really great. Okay, so by putting a bend in the knee, I've taken out the outer muscle, so it's quite jiggly. Okay, the under muscle is the one now that's getting a really nice stretch. I like to do these ones sitting down. Why? Because I'm injured, I'm getting over an injury, and I really don't want to put too much pressure or body weight into that Achilles just yet. Okay, you can do these many ways, but this is just a safe and simple one, I think. Okay, because I am not going back on crutches, not for anybody. So stay here and just have a little breathe. A couple of things I want you to be very mindful of is shoulders. Okay, there's no point, just sit up nice and straight. This is good and long. Okay, you can obviously walk the hands down. You could sit up against the back of your couch, sit up against the wall or with your back against the couch. Okay, and do you know what? That just feels really nice. The other thing to remember when you're stretching a muscle, it's a bit like taking hard butter out of the fridge. It takes time for it to become pliable and malleable. Okay, so please don't think that your muscle, within 5 seconds it's going to have a stretch. Ideally, sit here a little bit longer. Okay, there we go. Now that's getting a really lovely stretch. You know what? I'm going to stay here a little bit longer because that rehab really needs it. Okay, so I hope that this video was educational for you and really helpful. Remember, you can join me on my yoga and cycling trips to Spain every March. I also run yoga holidays here in Ireland. I have Body Blitz online. In fact, I have it all going on. So why not give me a shout for all things cycling, health and wellness. I'm your #1 go-to. See you soon.